Ah, nice. That works. I got my Instagram connected finally. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, wait. Off air, off air. I think we are live. 1 second. No. Social media is okay. Settings. Yikes. Panic button. Go live. Start event. What's up, everybody? Hello. Sorry, this is new for us. Still, we're doing lives. Give me a shout where you're watching and tuning in from. This is my first time I've connected to Instagram Live in a long time. So please give me a shout out. I'm glad it's working though. And it looks like we are now live in our official webinar. By the way, if you want to watch our official webinar, we have, I think you'll be able to see slides and stuff. Tonight, we're going to be doing a little bit of fun, rich mindset stuff for those weekend warriors. But first, if you can hear us and see us okay, let us know. And also, where you're tuning in from. Give us a shout. Aurora from Canada. Great to see you again. Hello, hello. We got Milan from Southern California. What's up? I grew up in a place an hour north of San Diego, so I love SoCal. Looks like you guys can hear us okay. That's awesome. Very cool. Brad, before we get started, is all your stuff rocking? Is your StreamYard working okay? Sweet. Cheers, everyone. Grabbing a glass of wine. Awesome. We got Canada in the house. That's great. Okay, I know what I need to do. That's nice. Okay, people on Instagram cannot see. So if I do this, then people on Instagram can see both of us, I hope. Yeah, should be good. Oregon's in the house. Lubbock, Texas. I have some friends from there. That's awesome. Hello. Good evening from outside. Ah, interesting. Sweet. Dude, Canada's in the house. What's up? Good evening from outside Austin, Texas. Alaska. Wow. It's got it. Is it the time of the year where it's really like light all the time, or is it the time of the year where it's like like dark all the time? Like I never know with Alaska. Yeah, daylight savings times was like invented for Iowa, like for the farmers. Okay, cool. So looks like everything's rocking, streaming. Brownsville text in the house. What's up? Okay. And if we're gonna go, I think you can, I believe everything's working on Instagram and the other places on live stream. So we're gonna go ahead and get started today. Because this is a weekend, we're not going to take too much time during the week when we do this live free training. We did our very first one the other day, which was 2 hours. So we're going to try and knock this out in much faster time because it's the weekend. But we appreciate the weekend warriors, and we wanted to do it on the weekend because not everyone has the ability to do stuff in the 9 to 5. 9 to 5s, during the Monday through Friday grind. We're busy, but typically weekends we like to chill. But awesome. Looks like Julie, the Alaskan, says we still have 10.5 hours of daylight where I am right now. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay. Sweet. So if this is the first time you've ever been on a live webinar with Brad or I, would you comment the number 1? And if you've been on a live webinar with each of us, or it's not each of us, but any one of us, comment the number 2. Just want to see if we got newbies in the house. Courtney says you got the chat fic. Yes. If you're watching this or if you're hopping on a webinar and you want to hop on, by the way, it's going to be lit in here. Go to startthinkingrich.com/webinar. Oh, cool. I'm seeing lots of ones. which is great. So this is our very first time. Hello, nice to meet you. And thank you for tuning in live. I want to go ahead and start sharing my screen so I don't ramble as much. I tend to do that. Okay, cool. Warming up the room. Okay. So, let's start with why we're doing this, and then we'll give you quickly answer why you should tune in and stay tuned in. Okay, why are we going live on a Saturday when we could be doing anything else? It's because Dr. Brad Klontz and I have just released this book. It's called Start Thinking Rich. Actually, it's not released yet. I actually just got a copy, so it feels like it's released, but it comes out in about 10 days. So we're trying to help and really create this whole ecosystem to get as many people as we can to start thinking rich. And so today you're in luck, whether you are watching this live and had no plan on being here, or if you're signed up in the webinar. First of all, thank you for opting in and being organized. This is going to be worth it if you would like to have financial freedom. That is our assumption. And then if you are here watching for this entire time, and again, we're trying to get through this as fast as possible so you guys can enjoy your weekend. We do have a free gift, and that's a 1-hour workshop on the skill sets between rich skill sets and wealth skill sets. And if right now you're listening to that and like, wait, what's the difference between rich and wealth? Guess what? You definitely need this free training. And that's just one way we can say thank you for spending your time with us, our most valuable asset. Okay, so this training is for you. By the way, it's completely free. Obviously, you're here. Didn't charge you. It's completely free. And what we're going to cover is these things. And if any of one of these, if you feel like you don't want this, then definitely like watch Netflix and get out of here. But here's the truth. If you struggle with saving money, we're going to help. If you struggle with making money, this is going to be for you, this live training today. If you struggle with investing money, this one's definitely for you. And if you aren't financially free yet, then this is definitely for you. Now, if you are financially free, congratulations. And maybe you just want to hang out with us. That's awesome. I appreciate it. But what we're about to talk about today is for all those who haven't achieved that yet. Brad, how old were you when you achieved financial freedom? Nice. Wow. Absolutely. That's awesome. I I lived so minimalistic, and I was able to have a super high income. I was a millionaire when I turned 29, and just was able to save and invest a lot. We'll get just a little bit about our stories in case you have no idea who we are. But and lived in a van and lived out of backpacks and traveled Europe. So my cost of living has been low for a super long time, which was allowed me to have like financial freedom really early. But sometimes people don't like when I say I lived in a van. That's how I got financial freedom, because people are like, what am I supposed to do? Like live in a van? Is that your advice? No, it's not my advice. But my advice here today, you're about to learn, dive into it. So there's 21 harsh lessons in our book. We obviously don't have time for all 21 today. So we're going to give you 3 of the lessons from our book, which will start your path to financial freedom today. And then I have these slides in case you have no idea who we are. Very quickly, 1 slide each to explain us. But I know people on Instagram. I have people that I understand. Looks like people on Instagram can't hear Brad. Okay, if you guys can't hear Brad on Instagram, you guys need to go over to startthinkingrich.com/webinar and try to get on this live webinar. And then you'll be able to hear Brad. This is my first time streaming to Instagram, so that's probably something that I need to figure out for next time. So I super apologize for that. Okay. I'm Adrian Brambilla. How I got started with the creating content online in 2010 is when I first started my journey. I posted my very first dance video. And 2 years before that, I actually used to dance for T-Pain. That's me over here on the right. I had a skunk mohawk haircut. I remember when I did that and I came home, my dad freaked out It's like, what did you do with your hair? And then I had these big fake diamond earrings. It was a phase, right? But I was living that pro dancer life. I used to be a living room dancer, and after 2 years of learning how to dance on YouTube, I got to tour and it changed my life. I did America's Got Talent, and then after that, I tour ended very abruptly. Um, it's a very volatile industry, being an entertainer, professional entertainer, and to be honest, I actually don't talk about this much online. Like, people think, oh, that was so cool, you danced for T-Pain and you were traveling and touring, but I was broke the entire time. I did a lot of cool stuff, but I was not making any money. I was living off per diem. And then because I actually didn't have proper talent representation, I got screwed over a lot. So it was really cool, but I didn't make any money. And then when tour ended, I was still at the same spot before I started, broke. Just had cool experience. So my very first business was teaching people how to dance the robot. And then in that pursuit, after 5 years, I finally made enough money to quit my 9 to 5. I was working at a call center at Prudential Retirement, and it was a grind. Some people have really awesome, sexy entrepreneurship stories. I don't. It took me 2 years to make 45 cents. And after 2.5 years, I had my first $1,000 month. So it was a very slow grind. But ever since then, I've tried many, many different things. And then my audience, last thing I'll say here at the bottom corner here, a lot of people know me from when I was living in a van. I was like hot during TikTok era of pandemic, where everyone was watching TikTok because we were all stuck inside. And then I was outside living in a van talking about it. And then that's when my content started to talk about finance. And that's how I got connected to Dr. Brad Klontz here. Dr. Brad Klontz. And by the way, Dr. Brad Klontz is about to talk right now. I know for all the people watching on Instagram, you cannot hear him. And if you want to hear him, and you should, because this presentation is only going to make 50% sense every time you only hear me, go to startthinkingrich.com/webinar. And then that's how you can get in the official room here, where you can see and you can chat with us, and we can actually see your questions. Okay, Dr. Brad Klontz. Awesome. Well, I'll also add for Dr. Brad Klontz. And by the way, I'll say this will be the last time I'll say this. If you're watching Instagram, you cannot hear Dr. Brad Klontz. You're going to have to hop on over. And if you want to basically get in our webinar room, I see a couple of people from Instagram already joined, so that's amazing. It's startthinkingrich.com/webinar. So please hop on over so you can hear Dr. Brad Klontz, because normal people, we don't get access to someone like Dr. Brad Klontz. You have to be worth a lot of money to get access and be in the same room or have a conversation with him. His clients are worth lots of money. He is the therapist and psychologist for rich people. I don't know how else to put it. You have you're even telling me about your next potential book idea. It was called Billionaire Therapy. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool. Was I supposed to say that? I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Oh my gosh, too funny. Okay, so in this presentation, we're going to talk about the difference between poor people and rich people, and honestly, I don't say that to offend. We don't want to offend anyone. We're not here to shame people. When we say poor people, we're actually not talking about people that have no money. We're talking about a way of thinking. And same thing when we say rich people, we're not talking about people that have high net worths of lots of money. We're talking about a way of thinking. So when we say poor and rich, we're actually talking about mindsets. And you don't want a poor, no one wants a poor mindset. A lot of people have poor mindsets. That's what keeps them broke. Broke is the definition of literally having no money. I've been broke. Dr. Brad Clontz, have you been broke? We've both been broke. How many people watching here live have been broke before? If you're Yeah. Yeah. So I've been broke before. And by the way, sorry, I said I was going to say the last thing, but I keep seeing Instagram comments. Guys, if you're on Instagram, hop on over to startthinkingrich.com/webinar so you can hear Dr. Brad Clontz here talking. But yeah, so broke is supposed to be a temporary state. We want to get out of it. And what keeps us there longer than it should be is having a poor mindset. So I've been broke. And what got you out of broke? Guess what? You did some rich thinking. You were able to change your mindset, potentially start saving, paying off that debt. So that's our language. So right now we're about to do a test for everyone here. I don't care if you're watching this on social media or officially in our webinar. Here's the test. What would you do if we gave you $1,000,000? I want you to be super specific. I want you to lay out the plan. Imagine right now. I know you've done this before. Every time you drive by and you see the billboard of the lottery and it has lots of money, you fantasize on what to do with your money. I want you to do that right now. Dr. Brad Clontz and I are like, yo, here's $1,000,000. Boom. You just became an instant millionaire. What would you do? Comment below. We're going to read some out. I want to hear. I want to hear it. And don't hold back. It's $1,000,000. It's $1,000,000. I mean, dude, actually, Susie was in my one of my scholarship programs, and she would make jokes that she was like the I don't know, a senior citizen or something, and she actually did well. She did make money, which is awesome. She crushed it. Okay, so thank you for all the answers. I can tell this is a much smarter audience than our first webinar. Okay, so check this out. So the harsh truth about becoming a millionaire and financially free is you actually don't want to be a millionaire. You just want to spend $1,000,000. Now, this audience that we have live right now is super smart because I saw a lot of great answers. Some of them are the same answers that we would say. There's actually only one answer: invest 100% of it. But other good, I think, nuances, like someone was concerned about taxes. That's usually not one answer I ever hear. It's like they just think of like starting a business, buying a car, going on vacation, quitting my job. And again, we don't mean to poke fun at anyone who commented in that realm of things. We just want to let you know that like what rich people do is they invest the money and then they live off the dividends or interest. But there's like a strategy to doing this right. Brad, would you explain? Amazing. Okay. So that's harsh truth number one. If you feel like that sometimes could if that sounds like almost like an insult that you don't want to be a millionaire, you just want to spend $1 million, come with the word ouch. Because actually in our book here, it does say literally 21 harsh truths. Like there's some people that talk about finance and it's like this like gray area type of thing, but I believe that there's right and wrong. It's more black and white. There are some gray areas of finance, but a lot of this stuff to do with mindsets and kind of defining like, do you have a poor mindset or a rich mindset, determine, I think, all the other aspects of how you live your life and if you're heading in the right direction or if you're heading in a downward trajectory. So that's the first one. And I hope you guys still want to hang out today. But winning that $1 million, all these things, it's okay to have nice things. I want to say that it's okay to have nice things. I hosted an event here in Austin, and my car was parked outside, and I have a nice car, a Cybertruck. So, am I a hypocrite? Am I a hypocrite to say like, well, you're not, you shouldn't spend money and you should save it all? No, like there is a difference in how the rich spend money, and it's kind of what Dr. Brad here mentioned. It's your money is invested. That's your primary goal. Never lose the principal. That's what we call it. Never lose the money that you work so hard to earn. And then you live and you make purchases off the money that the investments make. So I have a nice car. I have a Cybertruck. I have a nice house. I have a pickleball court. One of the first splurges I ever did for myself was a cold plunge. It was like literally $15,000. It's like, I was like, I felt almost like, wow, that's like totally a waste of money. Like in terms of like, I don't know if I like how many times I have to cold plunge in order for it to be worth it. I don't, it's just too expensive. But I bought it not out of time money, meaning like money I make from like as an entrepreneur, I have a salary, right? So it's like if in one context, like that's my own 9 to 5 I created for myself, and I'm not trading my time for it. I bought it with my investment income. So it's okay to have nice things. It's okay to start businesses. It's okay to go shopping. It's okay to have a nice home or a dream home or go on vacation. But the difference is you don't trade your time for it. The money that you're trading your time right now to earn, you don't ever want to trade time to go on vacation. You don't want to. That's what most people do. But when you do this, it's like you have to think of like, okay, I want to go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is going to cost $2,000 and I make $100 an hour. That means I need to work 20 hours and then I can go. It's not how a rich person thinks. A rich person thinks about like how much investment do I need to make, and where it pays me 2,000 a month, and I can go to Costa Rica every single month. So that's the whole difference. Is rich people never trade time. But yeah, so rich person invest 100% of it using the 4% rule. Did you already talk about the 4% rule? Okay, cool. What? Yeah. Mm. That's so good. Fam, if you are watching this and you just loved and it registered to you what Dr. Redcliffe just said, if you feel like you're starting to think rich, comment the word yes or comment the word rich in the chat below because that is some amazing, amazing way of thinking about money. I think totally radically different. They do not teach this in school. And often we don't really get rich, like it's not like we know, like we just get a lot of millionaire friends. Like it's hard. You don't grow up around rich people. Most people don't, right? That's why they call it the 1%. There's only 1% of people who are in the 1%. So it's pretty cool. A lot of people. Anna says yes. Jessica says yes. Rodriguez says thank you. Amazing. Awesome. I'm glad you're digging it. We still got so much more. Harsh truth number 2, though. I know you guys are all like lovey and feeling really awesome, but we're gonna have to slap you in the face with this. Okay, let me say it out loud. I'll take the blame for this one. If you want to get rich, you have to get rid of your poor friends. If you want to, oh, I butchered that. You have to get rid of your poor friends if you want to get rich. Ouch. Comment the word. I know. I sound like an ass. If you feel like that stung a little bit, comment the word ouch or that's rude. And you know what? I it does sound rude. I it does. How much money you have? If you're not rich, I'm not friends with you. Okay. Real talk. There's a difference again, like we said, being poor versus being broke, right? Poor is a way of thinking. Broke is literally having no money. So poor and rich are mindsets. I'm not saying, hey, if you're poor, if you have no money, if you broke, you ain't, I don't want to be around with you. I don't want no scrub. Um, okay. Here's the next test for y'all. Who would be a poor friend? The guy on the left or the chick on the right? Who would be a poor friend? Just by taking a look here, what you got? Just go off, just go off instinct. What does your instinct tell you? Who's the, yeah? Who's the obvious? Or who's the person? What do you think? I feel I'm waiting to see some comments. I think there might be a little lag on the live stream, but um yeah, okay, finally it's coming in. Okay, the right, you're right. I mean, she's stepping out of a private jet. She's rocking some designer brands. Those shoes look more expensive. Dude, I think that's it. I think they're more. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we gave you your first test. What would you do if we gave you $1 million? Now our second test, who would be your poor friend? Here's the hard part about this one. Looks can be deceiving. And it's actually impossible to know the mindset of someone's behavior based off the surface. So here's what I can tell you. What if we told you that the girl on the right who looks rich, right? If you're stepping out of a private jet, at least you're rich enough to overspend on a plane ticket by a couple $1,000s. So you got to have some type of money or credit card that has that amount that you can charge. But what if we told you that she just walked into a lot of money from an inheritance, like $3 million, and so she's never had money before, and so what she's doing, she is spending like crazy. She's flying private because why not? She just got $3 million, and just like the lottery, or just like that $1 million we gave you, she is just blowing it. She's not thinking about investing. It's the most money she's ever seen in her life. And so she's just blowing it. So even though on paper today she has $3 million, in about 3 years or less, she's going to be at zero and right back at where she started before she inherited that money. So this person actually has a poor mindset. And then on the left here, this guy, he actually does have no money. But I would think like this guy's me. This guy's me. I didn't have no money, but I was working on my side hustles and I was trying and hustling and reading, and I was testing things. I was learning about the internet. And again, I became a millionaire by the time I was 29, but I was broke. But I feel like I always had a rich mindset. And again, I just feel like that's because of my parents immigrated here from Mexico and just taught me the value of working hard and believing in myself. So I feel like I just believed that I needed to adopt and save money. I just saw my parents doing that. So this is kind of a trick question because both these people, we don't know. But now that we told you the background of each person, like you actually would rather associate with a person that has a rich mindset, which is the guy on the left, even though he has no money. And that just goes to emphasize that money, whether you have it or not, doesn't determine if you have a rich or poor mindset. It's what you do with money. It's how you think about money. It's where your trajectory is with money. Are you a big spender? You have a high income? Guess what? 50% of people that make six figures live paycheck to paycheck. What about lottery winners? Do they have it all figured out? Nope. 70% of lottery winners in 5 years go back to zero. So money is not the answer. Mindset is. Mm. So good. So here's some poor friend flags. Poor friends, again, have nothing to do with money. There's nothing about money on here at all. It's actually people who complain. People who make excuses as to like why they can't save money, why they're not making more money. People who blame, like, oh my gosh, the president, like, is affecting the economy, and that's why I can't get a raise. People who gossip, and then people who spend over their means. These are poor friends. So, sometimes they're people you grew up with, sometimes it's family. And we're not saying you got to get rid of them. We're saying you got to limit your circle and your circle of influence, especially when it comes to talking about money, because you're never going to get good advice or the right advice from people who do these things. And then rich friends are people who love learning. I, even though we have a book that's coming out, it's going to be in stores everywhere. So some people would say you're an expert, Adrian, and I think Dr. Brad Klontz here. It's Dr. Brad Klontz is an expert, but we still love learning. In fact, we tend to think that we still have so much to learn, and the thoughts that we have, and especially about finance, we have open minds. And so right now, if we have a belief on a way of operating around money, like a way of investing that is incorrect, then we would want to learn and say, okay, we have an open mind, we got to change it. So love learning. Your rich friends, they inspire you, they lift you up, they talk about your success, and they live under your means. So Brad and I, he's on my inner circle, and I feel like there was a moment where Brad was messaging me about a win of yours. I think it was a speaking fee that you attained that was really high. And I remember I messaged something that was like, dude, like you should like, it never comes across as bragging when you explain a win to me. Like I love to hear that stuff. Do you remember that story? Mm. Mm. It's crazy, but this I always feel like I was a lone wolf in Iowa and I didn't really it was hard to find rich friends, but this is what I'm really excited. We're about to give you guys an opportunity that is I think you guys will have to do it because you guys are about to get a bunch of rich friends, including myself and Dr. Brad Clones at the end of this webinar. So comment the word yes if you're already feeling another shift to start thinking rich when it comes to people in your inner circle and friendship and a way of thinking. And then hopefully also realizing that maybe that first or that second harsh truth actually is not that harsh. That because we're talking about a way of thinking and not if people have no money. So mhm. So good. Cool. I see a bunch of yeses. Charles says thinking richer. That's amazing. Okay. Harsh truth number 3. Get ready. Brace for impact. Only poor people think the system is rigged. Ouch. Come with the word ouch if that sounds harsh. If you feel the weight of that. Only poor people think the system is rigged. Dang, it sounds like I'm just out to get poor people. Is that I don't know. Okay. And you know what? This is why this is annoying thing of media. It's being marketed to us actually. Like why and I'm curious, why does the media want us to believe that the system is rigged against poor people? Why are there articles like this? Homelessness is a byproduct of systemic racism. A story about 2 pairs of boots illustrates how rich people get richer in ways poor people can't. 70% of Americans say US economic system unfairly favors the powerful. A white author calculated just how much racism has benefited her. Here's what she found. I mean, it makes sense. I understand why people are thinking this. Like I see it all the time. Like the system is rigged and we can't get ahead. But yeah, I see all that. But here's one thing we don't see. 79% of millionaires are self-made. Is that true? Dr. Brad Klontz. Mm. Here's that's so good. So here's the mindset we want you guys to adopt. And this is going to be really hard for you, especially if you associate money with a negative emotion. I want you to try these lenses on. Take these lenses, put them on right now. Money is a game. Just allow it to sink in for a little bit. What if money could be a game? Games, why do we play games? To have fun. What if money and what about making money? What if that was fun? I know that sounds really challenging, especially if money is scarce right now, if money is tight right now, if there's a lot of debt, if you hate your job, if you feel like you have to work really hard for money. But money is a game. The system is also a game. And here's a couple analogies, a way of thinking. This is why people think the system is rigged. So I love playing pickleball, by the way. Pickleball is a game, super fun game. Does anyone play pickleball by chance? If you do, I would love to know if there's any pickleball people comment the word pickleball. But pickleball is a game. It has its own set of rules. It's super weird. There's a kitchen. It's not like tennis. Um, and so you have to learn the rules if you want to play pickleball, right? So soccer is another game I played since I was 5 years old. I played all the way to college. Soccer is a completely different game than pickleball. Totally different set of rules. Can't use your hands, obviously. And if anyone played soccer, I'd also like to know: does we have any old soccer players here? But here's what people think about the system being rigged. Here's the analogy. I think they just don't understand what game they're in. So, for example, if you know how to play pickleball, but you don't know how to play soccer, and you go up to a soccer match and you got your pickleball paddle and a pickleball, and you don't know how soccer works, you're going to lose. It's going to feel frustrating. You might get slide tackled. Be like, what the heck? And this is, I know exactly. And this is what's happening right now with money. Rich people understand the game of how money works, how like why you need to invest, what a real investment looks like. And then people that don't know that, they like don't understand the game. They don't know the rules of like how to invest. They don't know the rules of how to live under your means. They don't know the rules of how a credit card works. And so instead of learning the rules and playing the game accurately and in the right way, what do? This system's rigged. It's rigged. I don't understand this. It's so frustrating. It's rigged. I'll never get it. But all they're doing is they're just realizing that they're not playing the right game and understanding. Also, I just mentioned this like Dr. Brad, Brad just included this slide randomly just to let everyone know that he just won a pickleball approach or a pickleball tournament. So congratulations. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. So here's the question. When it comes to money, when it comes to making money, what game are you in? Are you in a game where to make money, you have to work a 9 to 5, show up on time? Are you in sales? Because that's a different game. Are you the entrepreneurship game, making money online? If you follow me, you might be in that game. You're here. All of these games are different. First question is like, do you know the rules? For example, my first job out of college paid $27,000 a year at a call center. If I wanted to make $100,000 at that job, and knowing the rules of how to do so, I would have had to work 10 years at that job. And maybe I might be making $100,000 a year as a customer service manager. So that's the rules. Again, no emotion should be involved in this part of the equation. You just need to know what the rules are and have it laid out in front of you. Now that you have awareness that you know the game that you're in, you know the rules, the question is, do you want to keep playing? So when I understood the rules of how I make 6 figures at a call center for Prudential Retirement, I realized I don't want to play this game anymore. This is not a game. I don't like these rules because we don't set the rules. The business does, the government does. So we just have to understand them and then decide what we would like to do. By the way, entrepreneurship, I just want to be clear. I'm not just pointing everyone to entrepreneurship. 95% of businesses fail. So you have to know that rule. Like you're about to start a business, 95% of people fail. So that's the rule. So then you have to know, like, okay, the stomach you're gonna have to hold if it fails, to know that, hey, I better not invest money so I don't get into debt, because there's a lot of risk here. So knowing the rules, some people know those rules and they said, you know what, entrepreneurship's too risky. I'm gonna go the 9 to 5 route, and that's totally okay. So yeah, So good. Fam, did you start thinking rich already just by being on this very short live stream with us? A different alternative or refreshing perspective on how to think about money, how the rich think, and what separates a poor mindset from a rich one. If that's so, let me hear it. Comment in the chat if you are already starting to think rich, because that is our goal. That's why we're here today, giving you some free love, trying to help everyone take on that rich mindset. Um, Start thinking rich. We started working on these concepts 2 years ago on this idea and based off a need. Dr. Brad Klontz and I already have financial freedom. We're here because we want to help people, and we want to help people in terms of getting to that awesome place of abundance and financial freedom. And we thought, what's the best way to do that? We have to start with the way people think. So Paulette says education is key. Rodrigo says very helpful. Susie says it appears I already have that mindset. That's amazing. Kate says yes. Veronica says yes. Never thought of money as a game. So cool. We're so excited for you because this next part here, we're going to make an exclusive live offer. For those of you that want to embark on a journey with us to learn all 21 harsh truths to go from broke to financial freedom. Financial freedom, first of all, to define that. And by the way, come with the word rich if you would like to, if you already know you want to join us. But financial freedom is this. What is, when you say, who is someone that's rich? Who's someone that's wealthy? What does that mean? And I think, here's my definition. I think everyone could agree with this. Financial freedom means you have the ability when you wake up to control every hour of your day. You're not tied to anything. And if you are, it's because you're doing it by choice. You're choosing to do something because you want to do it. You're choosing to be wherever you'd like to be because you want to be there. And if the next day you don't want to be there, if the next day you don't want to keep doing it, you have the choice to say, you know what? I think I'm done. I'm going to move on. That is the purest definition of financial freedom to me. Wealth. Someone that's wealthy owns their time, has their time freedom. Notice I didn't mention anything about Lambos and flying first class and private jet. Like all that doesn't even matter. It's really just about time. And honestly, if you had all the time in the world, what would you do with it? You'd probably spend it with people you love, do things that you love, go to places you'd love to see and love to be. And I think that's it. Oh my gosh, so many people commented rich. Z, Veronica, Paulette, Jessica, Susie, Andrea, Charles, Arlene, Nick, James, Heather. Okay, super cool. This is a crazy, awesome opportunity that is not going to be around for much longer. In fact, how many more days? 13? Oh, November 4th. That's right. Okay. So if you're watching this now, you are super early. And I've only done this like once before in like a program I launched 4 years ago. And the people that were here on the early live webinars, I remember getting messages like, oh my God, I can't believe, I feel like I like stole from you because I was so early and I always like to reward people who are early. So start thinking rich. It's our new program, masterclass ecosystem, community of people, education, coaching, and support to help you on your financial freedom journey. And here's what we're going to offer for you today. The Start Thinking Rich community is already live. We already have almost 1,000 people in it. A paid newsletter, Start Thinking Rich newsletter. So imagine we get a bunch of emails. Imagine getting this email that's going to help you on your rich life every single week. Start Thinking Rich planning sheet. So there is a part of money that isn't fun because you have to like know what's happening. You have to know your debt and your investments, but it gets confusing. But we have different calculators and sheets that can help make that super easy to say, hey, like what's your trajectory? When can you achieve that financial freedom number? And also figuring out what that financial freedom number is. Then we have some behind the scenes author only sessions. And then our masterclass, Dr. Brad Klontz was just here in Austin filming it. It's going to be so good. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for you guys to read it, to watch it, to hear it, and change your life. So this is how much everything I just listed is going to cost in 14 days. Wait, 13 days from now? Around there. But right now, because our book is actually not launched to the public, because you're actually here watching this live, instead of paying $6,782, which again, if you come back in 2 weeks, you're going to have to pay if you want this stuff. today you're only going to have to pay $1. That's it. $1 if you go and purchase our book, Start Thinking Rich, which is pretty much wherever right now you. What do you mean? Oh, is it? Let me see. Mhm. Yes. Okay. And I feel like I'm struggling to with this new live stream, trying to figure out if that link is being blocked, but it is startthinkingrich.com/early. And that is how you can actually get all this for and just pay $1. And then if you guys do, please let us know and comment in the chat so we'd love to give you a shout out on live here that you've done it. So when you go to startthinkingrich.com/early, there's a couple steps and we'll walk through those right now. But the first step to get all this for just literally $1 is you're going to go to startthinkingrich.com/early. Awesome. And then let me see here. I'm going to let me see if I can move our heads. I'm not sure if I can. I'm going to try though. Startthinkingrich.com. Okay, cool. Thank you. You might be able to pin that comment too. Mark as highlighted. Nice. So good. Okay. So go to startthinkingrich.com/early. And I believe I just added an offer, which you should be able to click on as well. And then once you're there, this is basically the form you'd fill out. And we do have, you can just pay $1 and then you'll get access to that Start Thinking Rich masterclass and everything. But yes, first you have to buy the book. So that's his first part. There's a couple steps. So step one is you go and you click on this button, and it'll take you to like the Amazon page of where you buy the book. I saw some people were from Canada here, so you can buy it on the Canada Amazon page. Then you have to buy the book because you're going to need to upload proof that you did purchase the book. Now, yes, a screenshot of your purchase. After you do that, then you go ahead and fill out this form. And then we do have, we call this like an add-on, or if you wanted to add to cart, an order bump. This is Dr. Brad Klontz money script exam. What the heck does that mean? What is that? So good. Okay, so that is an awesome order bump. We've already had, and when we did our first webinar, we had so many people take advantage of that because you cannot get access to this unless you're super rich and you work with Brad at Brad's firm. They manage like over $700 million. So this is a really cool opportunity to understand your money script. Dr. Brad Clance literally pioneered this concept, and it's in so many different money books. And Ramit Sethi, I'll Teach You How to Be Rich. That's one of the most famous, I think, money books of our time right now. That's hot. And Dr. Brad Clance is in there talking about money script. So highly recommend you do it. It's going to teach you so much. First, let's give a shout out to a couple of people who already signed up here. So let's see. Awesome. Action takers. So yeah, literally. This is a crazy deal. Kelly's in the group for $1. Welcome. Andrea is in. She just got the money script. That's super awesome. Debbie just got the money script. Erica just got the money script, is in the community. Tony Fell just got the money scripts in the community. Adair Miller just joined in the group. Welcome. Kenneth also just joined the group and the community. Katie just joined. She has that is an interesting last name I've never heard of. Safran. She's in the group, got a money script. Veronica Guzman, she just joined and got the money script as well. And then Arlene just joined the group. So good. Welcome. We're so excited to work with you. And I feel like we should probably mention, after you do join, there's a couple exclusive offers in the form of upsells. One of them is a 6-week masterclass. Brad, do you want to talk about that for a sec? So good. And I'll just say this once. I know everyone's really honest in this group, but just to say this, the only reason why we're doing this and we're giving this away for $1 is we're really just want to get our new book is in as many hands as possible, including yours. So if you, for some reason, maybe you accidentally forgot, but you do need to actually buy our book. And that's what's allowing you to only pay $1 to get these things, because in 14 days, it's going to be, again, that $6,700 price point. So don't skip. Please buy the book. And right now on the live, we won't be able to catch you, in case you did not buy the book. But I know you probably don't, no one's malicious here. Maybe you didn't do that, but make sure you get the book. that allows you to get $1 because you do have to actually upload proof. So actually, after this page here, to get into the community, you're gonna have to upload a screenshot right here that shows us and my team who's going to be kind of fact checking that you did get the book, and then you actually get inside our community. There's almost 1,000 people already today. When we did this is a screenshot before our first webinar, there was 868. We probably are at like 1,000 now. So it's really cool. People really taking advantage, and I don't know why you would not. It's only $1 and a book purchase, and the book's going to be super life changing. And then once the book releases, and again, November 4th, you're going to access to a whole new masterclass for free. That's going to be cost thousands. So it's super awesome saving. Let's give a couple more shouts. Shout out to people who signed up here. We got, Veronica Guzman, we gave a shout out to, but hey, second one, welcome, Veronica. Arlene Almanza, welcome to the group. Kate is in the group. Welcome. Zachary is in the group. Welcome. Nina is in the group. Welcome. And Christine is in the group. So awesome. Welcome. So the 6-week boot camp is the first upsell that Dr. Brad Klontz just signed up. That's a high ticket program. Only 20 people from our first webinar. We already had 2 people that signed on the spot. And then we have 2 others that are contention. So again, we're really limited on spots. And then another upsell on the back end is a monthly mastermind where if you want my wife and I, if you want to do this with us, it's my wife and I at the first week of every month, we basically review all of our finances, everything we spent, all the debt on credit cards and paying them off, making sure are we spending money only on things that we want? Then all the income we earned, what things are we not doing? What blind spots do we have? And I think you should be doing this on a monthly basis at a minimum. And it's sometimes if you ignore your finances, this can be a day that we can come together, and I'm going to be doing them with you every single month to basically get you on track. So you feel like you're heading in the right trajectory. So that's what that second upsell is, like a monthly mastermind. And let me know any questions you have. Let's give another shout out to Christine. Super awesome. She's in the group now. So cool. Awesome. Elaine just signed up. Welcome, Elaine. She just got the money script. And then she also I think she made an attempt to sign up for the 6-week boot camp, but I think our system just aired out. Elaine, actually, if it's okay with you, Elaine, I'd love to give you a call right after this and seeing our apologies. This is our new funnel system. And so it probably aired out on our end. So, but it's super cool that you'd like to join the 6-week bootcamp. You would literally be the 3rd person. And for this first one, we're only going to do 20 people. So you're going to get to know us very well over 6 weeks and master. Yes. And at the end of that 6-week program, you do get a certificate, which is kind of like you're going to go through all the things of understanding how to operate around money, super confident. And this is really about building a legacy of wealth in your family. So that's super awesome. Um, if what in layman's terms, Brad, why would someone need to get and take the money script exam? So good. Um, I think we had a couple other people join. Paulette just joined the community. Welcome to the group. And then Elaine, if you're still here, I just mentioned to Sydney, my team member, she's going to shoot you a text. And then just to double check and making sure that you can get into the 6-week money makeover program. Um, awesome. Yes. Perfect. So again, we'll just do a final wrap up here. Thank you so much for spending time with us on a Saturday. Um, but if you want to take your next step in joining us and allowing us really permission to help you on your journey to financial freedom, this is an offer that is not going to be around for long. Literally in 2 weeks from now, it'll be gone. And if you're here now, take advantage because this is the craziest offer I've ever made. But the reason why, if you can't tell already, is we want to help and we really want to get this book in your hands. Because we feel like if you read this, like it's going to change your life. It took 2 years to make, and it's just such a good book. I'm so excited once it's on shelves. I can't wait to walk in a bookstore and it's going to be there and people reading. I just cannot wait. So Start Thinking Rich. The very first step, go to startthinkingrich.com/early, and then once you get there, you'll need to click on order book, which will take you to Amazon. And then you can pre-order it there. And then the next step is then signing up to get in our group. And again, instead of charging $6,700, which is how much it's going to cost in 2 weeks, it just costs $1. So $1, and then highly recommend you get Dr. Brad Klontz, what he's most famous for, which is the money script exam, which will help you understand your psychology of money and that awareness so you can move forward with it. And then after that, you upload your screenshot of your purchase, and then you're in the group. And then your first homework assignment is to just introduce yourself so we can get to know who you are. And then if you got the money script, post your money script exam results. so we can learn where you're at and then we can help. But want to say thank you so much for tuning in on a Saturday. See you at startthinkingrich.com/early. We'll see you in the group. Otherwise, have a great weekend, y'all. Peace. God bless. All right. All right. I think I'm still live on social media, so let me go there. StreamYard, stop sharing. Oh, there's StreamYard. Thanks, everybody. Peace.